All right, let's get after it. Hey, this is our test, and here are the problems that we had the most difficulty with. Okay, this was a tricky problem just because it was really four problems in one problem. Okay, so I'm just going to show us how we can combine these like terms to make sure we get the right one. Well, like term, like term. All right. This guy is a constant. That was something we didn't remember either. Constants are just a term that doesn't have a variable. All right, and then here we have a 4y. A lot of people combined the 7 and the 4y, not realizing that the 7 didn't have a variable, so it couldn't be a like term within minus 4y. Okay? In this problem, we had the 2x and the 2x, which gives us plus 2x would simplify to positive 4x. And then when we look at the other part, all right, we have the 7y, but the other term, that minus 4, doesn't have a variable. So it can't simplify down to 3y, okay? Here on this next one, now we're getting somewhere. We actually have like terms for the y's. All right, we got those guys. And you can see that a more simple way to do this, right? 2x plus 2x would simplify to positive 4x, and the plus 7y, and then take away 4y. A simpler way to say that would just say add 3y. All right, so there's our answer. We got confused with trying to combine terms that weren't actually like because they didn't have the same variables. Okay, and this last one, if we looked at the terms, right, that would be plus 6x, and this would be plus 11y. All right. Next problem we had a little bit of difficulty with was this next one. And I tried to go over an example of this, but I think some of you kind of blew off the method that I talked to you about, or maybe you made a mistake, I'm not sure. But we have Mateo and Haley both collect coins, and we want the total number of coins in both collections. So that means we have to figure out how much Mateo has and how much Haley has, and we got to add them up. So now we read it carefully. Okay, Mateo has 8 more coins in her collection than Haley. All right, so if Haley has X, then Mateo has X plus 8. All right, now we're going to take those and we're going to total them up. So Haley plus Mateo, right? That's Haley, that's Mateo. All right, and now we're going to combine those. So we're going to simplify this. Using identity property, those are both 1x's, so if we add those up, we get 2x plus 8. All right, this is the key there that a lot of you forgot or missed. Sorry, I used x instead of c, but same deal. Okay, we got number 4. This is just a vocab problem. Okay, what is the constant? The constant is the term that does not have a variable. All right. See if we can keep cruising through. We did fairly well on all these. Number 13 is the next one we have. And this is identity property. That minus out front changed to a negative 1. Right? And then if we distribute that to there, we get negative 5x. We distribute that to there, we get plus negative 1. And that becomes minus 1. So a lot of us brought that negative to the 5x, but did not take it also to the 1. All right, down to what, 19, I believe. Okay, probably good to use the definition of subtraction here. All right, and then you were looking at our like term. So that is a constant, doesn't have a variable, it's its own term. Okay, I'm going to use a circle to demonstrate these ones. So then we're adding a negative 5m and we're adding a negative 10m. So a more simple way to say that would be add negative 15m. And they don't put the double sign. Adding a negative the same as just subtracting a positive 15m, or subtracting 15m, and that's this guy here. Okay? All right. I actually, and this might be useful, when I look at these terms, I always I always include, though I don't really use the definition of subtraction when I do it, I just include that sign with its term, okay? And that goes with that, all right? So when I do this, I'm thinking, what's a simpler way? If I told someone to take away $5, then take away $10, what's a simpler way to say that? Right? Steal $5, then steal $10. Why didn't you just steal 15 from the get-go? Okay, so I just think of it as simplifying. So take away 15m would be a simpler way to say minus 5m minus 10m. All right, so that's just a way that I think about it. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Okay, trying to hustle and not spend too much time on this. Okay, this is where we really struggled. Some of you missed these lessons, I think, so that might be part of it. But and some of you just want to kind of do it in your head and are making little mistakes. So that's giving you trouble as well. So what I've been having you do, and the people who've been most successful, have been really taking the time, right, to do all the work out. All right, so here we have using definition subtraction to change everything to adding the opposite. I'm going to put in a 1 here and a 1 there. If I distribute, I get 4y plus negative 8 plus negative 3y plus 9, because we have the minus, the negative and the negative, that gives us a positive. Okay, now we're ready to combine like terms and think of it as simplifying. What's a simpler way to say this? So if I said add 4y's, then subtract 3y's, what's a simpler way to say it? Well, let's just add 1y. That's a more simple way to say it. Okay, and then if I add negative 8 and then add 9, a more simple way to say it would be add 1. Okay, so that would be, there we go, y plus 1, which is right here. All right. Next, we might want to look at this as 4y minus 8 over 3y minus 9, but we're subtracting. I'll put that there just to help me keep it separated. All right, now, when I change this to adding, I have to change these to their opposite. So, okay, so the positive becomes negative, the negative becomes positive, and now we can combine. So if I combine that, that's obviously a plus 1, okay, and it's going to be a minus 1. All right, so this is the key, right? When I change subtraction to addition, I have to change all the terms to their opposites. All right, so I'll just do it right here, plus a negative, plus a negative. I'm going to throw a 1 in there and a 1 in here. When I distribute that, I get the 10x plus 2, and all my parentheses go away. I distribute my negative 1 to there. I get plus negative 8x. Distribute my negative 1 to there. I get plus positive 4. All right. Now, our like terms, 10x plus a negative 8x is going to be 2x. And plus 2 and plus 4 is plus 6. Okay, so taking that time to do the work. Now, vertically, 10x plus 2 minus, I like to put that there so I remember to distribute, 8x minus 4. I'm going to change my color so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to change that to addition, so I have to change both of those to their opposites. This gives me plus 6, a simpler way to say plus 2 plus 4. And if we do 10x minus 8x, we get 2x. Okay, there you go. Is that it? Do I have any others? Nope, that's it. That's the review for the test. You'll also have a little extra credit for the ones like 25 and 26. So hopefully we can improve on the things that we had a little bit of difficulty with. All right, beautiful day for math. Woodworth out.